even when you gotta slow down. I hope you know everything gonna be okay. Even when you gotta slow down, even when you gotta take a break. We get so used to that constant movement that sometimes we don't see how much we've been spending or how much we've been using. Sometimes we gotta take a step back just to get back in stride, because them 2 steps forward and 3 steps back will show us exactly where we wasn't stepping right. I hope you know it's gonna be okay, even when you gotta shed a couple tears. The body knows what the mind don't. We've been needing to let go of that for some years. We get so used to being so strong, we don't realize it's a couple things that we've been holding on to for way too long. Sometimes we gotta let go and let God, holding on to them smaller things and have your bigger blessings clogged. I hope you know it's gonna be okay when you feel like you're being broken into pieces. You just gotta leave some of them behind and rebuild yourself with the ones that you needed. I hope you know it's gonna be okay when you feel like you coming unraveled. It just sheds more light. I hope you.
Yes, I hope you know everything's going to be okay. You know, sometimes in life, it's like you could be winning so hard and then boom, you fall on your face. Or you could be on your face praying and then boom, everything works itself out. So it's like when you fall, just know the only way is up. When one door closes, there's always going to be another door that's going to open. Everything's going to be okay. We have to keep telling ourselves that daily, because daily we face challenges with our children, with our bills, with our health, with our faith. Going into this world is not easy. Every day getting up is not easy, but the fact that we're able to do so is a blessing. So I hope you know everything's going to be okay, because it is going to be okay. You know, we have to motivate each other. We have to stand on love. We have to stand on God. God first, always. Everything is going to be okay. You know, I've been facing feeling depression or feeling unraveled, feeling uncertain. But I know that God got me. And I know that God is not a God of uncertainty. God is a God. He doesn't put things in your way that you can't bear. God is an awesome God, an on-time God. He's not a God of confusion. And so knowing these things is like, you just got to put forth action, put forth faith, put forth belief, put forth love. I just went Christmas shopping knowing I didn't have a lot of money to do so. But I was like, screw it, I have to do it. You know what I'm saying? I tried to get my tags not too long ago, and I had to pay a $900-something bill. It's like all these different obstacles come your way. The more money you make, the more bills you get. And it's like we keep chasing the money, and we keep getting more bills, more bills, more bills, more bills. So it's like you just gotta breathe. You gotta relax. You gotta take time to just thank God. Thank you. Sound mind. Sound mind. Sound mind. Thank you for my sound mind. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my belief, my faith. Thank you for my hope. You are the substance of all things hoped for. Thank you. I like this poem because everything is going to be okay. Let's hear it one more time.
You know everything gonna be okay. Even when you gotta slow down, even when you gotta take a break. We get so used to that constant movement that sometimes we don't see how much we've been.
Constant movement. We're always moving. We're always busy. We don't have time. It's not enough hours in a day to do everything we want to do. And then it's not enough sleep. And it's not enough. It's never enough, and it's like billionaires said they sleep when they dead. Steve Harvey said you can't be rich sleeping 8 hours a day. But it's like your body needs 8 hours to function properly. Mind pumping, brain, cells, organs, everything needs rest.
Spending on how much we've been using. Sometimes we got to take a step back just to get back in stride, because them 2 steps forward and 3 steps back will show us exactly where we wasn't stepping right.
Them 2 steps forwards and them 3 steps back show us where we wasn't stepping right. So you got to know that every step is guided. Every step is directed through God. Every step you make. And is every step going to be right all the time? No. Are we going to fall sometimes? Yes. Are we going to make mistakes sometimes? Yes. But every step that we take is guiding us and leading us to where we need to be in life.
I hope you know it's going to be okay, even when you got to shed a couple tears.
Crying, vulnerability, that's part of life. That's, I was watching the Jeezy and Nia Long talks yesterday. And men from the street, men from the hood, they feel like they can't be vulnerable. But if you can't be vulnerable, how are you supposed to release? How are you supposed to strive and let it go? How are you supposed to move on when you can't be vulnerable? You have to find environments where you're able to be vulnerable. You have to find a person where you're able to be vulnerable with. You have to find God and just be vulnerable with Him if there's no one else, And it's like tears are cleanse to the soul. Tears cleanse the soul. You must cry. You must release. You must. It's part of our DNA.
The body knows what the mind don't.
The body knows what the mind doesn't. The mind is going 100 times, 100 miles per minute. But the body, the soul, knows what the mind doesn't. The heart knows what the mind doesn't.
We've been needing to let go of that for some years.
We got to let go anything holding us back, people, places, things, past life experiences. We have to let it go in order to move on, in order to be successful in all our ways and all our steps. We have to let it go.
We get so used to being so strong, we don't realize it's a couple things that we've been holding on to for way too long.
Yes. Nia Long was crying yesterday because she's like, I have to be a mom and a dad now, I have to be strong. I'm a black woman in this world. Colored people, even white women, I would say women in general, we have to be strong mothers, strong daughters, strong aunts, strong friends, strong nurturers. What is a nurturer? Nurturer nurtures the soul, the emotions, the weight of your back we carry. A woman's job in this world is one of the hardest and highest of all jobs. We are a nurturer. We got to nurture the soul. We got to nurture the mind. We got to nurture the heart. on top of nurturing ourselves, nurturing others, nurturing our kids, nurturing our man, nurturing this one, that one. It's like our job is never ending. And if we don't take time for self, we will self-destruct. We have to breathe. Take time for self. Take time to just, it's okay. It's okay. And if it's not, it's going to be.
Long. Sometimes we gotta let go and let God, holding on to them smaller things and have your bigger blessings clogged.
We don't want our big blessings to be clogged. We want all the blessings. We want all the favor. We want it all. We receive it all. We deserve it all. We work hard. Being a mom and a dad is one of the hardest jobs in the world. Being a mom by itself is one of the hardest jobs in the world. We push out life. We give our all. We got to nurture on top of that. It is the hardest job. But we could do it. We are okay. We are strong. And it's like sometimes we don't want to be strong. Sometimes we just want to be weak, submissive, and just fine, you know? But it's like life requires us to be strong, especially colored women. We have to be these strong women. And it's just so draining. It's just so hard sometimes. It's just so, I want to give up, but I know I can't. You know, it's just those feelings. And it's like, God, you know, just God. Jesus, lead the way, you know?
I hope you know it's gonna be okay when you feel like you're being broken into pieces. You just gotta leave some of them behind and rebuild yourself with the ones that you needed.
Rebuilding, transformation, change is okay. I had to learn that the hard way, you know. I knew that coming into a new environment and I needed change or I was going to continue to suffer, you know. And then you get the change, and even in the change, you still have to transform into the new things and the new ways and the new this and the new that. And it still brings on obstacles. It still brings on anything you run away from, it's going to find you. It's like you have to deal with it. And you have to. And sometimes we repeat mistakes over and over till we learn them. Sometimes we just don't learn sometimes. The easy way, we have to learn the hard way. Sometimes we got to bump our head so that we know not to do it again, you know? And it's like, life ain't easy, man. Life, it doesn't get easier. People are not easy, but we need each other.
I hope you know it's gonna be okay when you feel like you're coming unraveled. It just sheds more light. I hope you know
it just sheds more light. The key to all of this is the light. The light to prosperity. The light to victory. The light to vulnerability. The light to honor, respect. The light to praise. The light of God. Everything has to come to the light. They always say everything in the dark will come to the light. It has to come to the light. You know, I struggled a long time with being a mean person. Not because I wanted to be, but because life made me that way. I could be very mean. And I learned with being mean, I don't get good outcomes. You get what you give. So if you're being mean, they're going to give mean, you know. You be disrespectful, they're going to be disrespectful. And it wasn't a respectful thing for me that I struggled with. It was the mean factor. The I don't care about nothing or no one factor. But you can't win like that. You have to love even when you don't want to. Even when people try you. Even when they don't deserve your love. You have to love. That's the only way to succeed. They always say, kill them with kindness, kill them with kindness. It was the hardest lesson I ever learned because I felt like it was being fake and phony, and I didn't grow up like that. I don't know how to be fake. I don't know how to be phony. But you have to be kind. It don't have nothing to do with being fake and phony. It has to do with self. Be kind so kindness could come to you. Be loving so loving could come to you. Be good so good could come to you. Because being mean, it just didn't get me as far as I know I could have gone. But it protected me in situations that I needed protection. So yes, we need all those things. But we need to know how to use them. We need to know the time and place. We need to know that love wins. So every day I have this quote on my wall. It says, life is short. Break the rules. Forgive quickly. Kiss slowly. Love truly. Laugh unconditionally. And never regret anything that made you smile. And when I break that down, I look at it daily. I say life is short. People die so young. People die at a blink of an eye. Break the rules. Not to the point where you're going to get incarcerated and lose your freedom, but break the rules to enjoy and release sometimes, you know. Forgive quickly. Forgiveness is so hard to do with people who don't deserve it. But forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. Because you can't hold on to that stuff. You can't hold grudges and all that in your heart. It's not good for you. Kiss slowly. Yes. We have to cherish those moments when we're being kissed. Love truly. Love unconditionally. Yes. Love, love, love. Laugh uncontrollably. They said 100 times a day that you laugh, the longer you live. And sometimes we don't laugh at all in our days. And never regret anything that made you smile. Sometimes we regret people we were with who made us smile. Sometimes we regret decisions we made that made us smile temporarily, you know. But you can't regret it because it makes you who you are. It teaches you what you need to be taught. And smiling is never a bad thing. So, life is short. And you have to enjoy it. And you have to live it. And the moral of this whole thing is know everything's going to be okay. Let's breathe one more time. Everything is going to be okay. God knows the desire of our hearts. He will give us the desire of our hearts in His time, in His will. Thank you, Jesus. Love y'all. Everything's going to be okay.